How's it going, you guys? AZPlyo21 here with another UFC Fight Night, another fight card here in our UFC save in WMMA 5. UFC is Reborn with Figuereido versus Munhoz. Bantamweight main event here today. The last time that I did see you guys, we had McGregor versus Chandler. Conor McGregor TKOing Michael Chandler in the first round on home turf. Love to see it. The next episode that I do have for you guys is UFC 295, Munhoz versus Pena 3. That one should be interesting. Finalizing that trilogy and getting Juliana Pena the hell out of there, more than likely. Charles Oliveira also fighting Rafael Fiziev on that card, so it should be pretty interesting. After that, next pay-per-view is UFC 296, Dariush versus Volkanovski, as we did have someone get injured to the point where Volkanovski is now fighting for the lightweight championship, interestingly enough. But that is then. This is now. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Figueiredo versus Munhoz. We'll actually take a look at our rankings. Biggie Boy moving up to number 3 is the main attraction at heavyweight, light heavyweight. Mirzakhanov moving all the way up to number 2. However, I do believe that he needs another win after beating Kutalaba. If we want to consider him for a title shot, he'll definitely probably be fighting a top 5, top 10 at the very least guy next. Middleweight, there is no movement. Up at welterweights, we do have Abduraguimov moving down a little bit. Della Maddalena moving up to number 17 in the welterweight division. Giagos and Pachel into the lightweight rankings. Aaron Pico in the featherweight rankings. We did just sign him out of Bellator. I'm definitely going to take my time with Aaron Pico. I believe he's only 27. How long has this kid been a prospect? Not really a prospect anymore, honestly. And should we really treat him as such? That's crazy. He's been a prospect since 2017. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no kid gloves, I guess, for Aaron Pico. Bantamweight, nothing really as far as movement. Evelyn Martin's getting a win in her debut. That girl is probably not number 3 in the company. She probably was just a champion elsewhere. Flyweight, Jillian Robertson moving into the top 10. Love that for her. And nothing at strawweight. Let's go and get into it. Figueiredo versus Munhoz. Fight card taking place in Chicago, Illinois. Love to see it. They love Figgy Boy over there. We have Umar Sy taking on Tafon Nchukwi to begin our card at light heavyweight. And we have Sy staying undefeated at 9-0 with a decision victory over Nchukwi. Johnny Parsons taking on Martin Sano. And it's going to be Sano keeping his job alive at 5-3-1 with a win over Parsons here today. Da Un Jung taking on Carlos Olberg here today at 205, and it is Olberg, the guy from City Kickboxing, getting it done here today over the South Korean. Jifa Shang taking on Nathan Maness at 125. Couple flyweights going at it, and it is Jifa Shang in his UFC debut getting the win here today, the 39th victory of his career. Love to see a lot of experience under his belt for Shang and making his presence known here today. Victoria Leonardo taking on Myra Bueno Silva. Keep in mind, this is the prelims. This woman just beat Holly Holm. I mean, 3-fight winning streak. Lena Landsberg's not a bad win. Lost to Manon Fior, which is not a bad loss. Other than that, before this, nothing. Just beat Holly Holm, probably in the top 5 in the bantamweight division, more than likely now. And she loses to Victoria Leonardo. That's just how MMA is sometimes, specifically women's MMA. Very weird. Alora Donna taking on Montana De La Rosa, and it is De La Rosa with the decision victory. And she wants to fight Manon Fior, interestingly enough. Polyana Viana taking on Si Woo Park at strawweight, and it is Viana with the 14th win of her career. After a nice decision victory. Luana Pinheiro taking on Loma Luke Boon Me. No, Luke Boon You. At 115, terrible joke. I believe Luke Boon Me has fought for a title in my last save. I'm not 100% sure, but I know she had a good time in the last save, and she gets knocked out in the second round by Pinheiro, now at 12-1. Kiera Rodriguez taking on Jacqueline Amorim here today. Love to see it at the strawweight division, and it's Rodriguez, the Venezuelan, getting it done here today. Mizuki Inoue taking on Na Liang, also at strawweight, and it is Na Liang with the TKO win over the Japanese fighter, who was a big favorite in this one. Kennedy and Nzechukwu taking on Felipe Lins on the main card at 205. And Nzechukwu looking for the 12th victory of his career, and he gets it. TKO win in round number 1, 3.5 minutes. Lucky Lauren Murphy, former title challenger, taking on Miranda Maverick in the flyweight division, and it is Maverick knocking out Lauren Murphy in the 3rd round. More than likely, Murphy is going to retire here. Women's fighters, once they get to around 35, if they take a knockout, they usually retire. She did not retire. Okay. Drakkar Klose, I wonder where he's from with that tattoo, taking on Alexander Hernandez. This would probably be a little bit of a banger in real life. Interesting to see what happens here. Drakkar Klose kind of going on a little bit of a tear, but he loses to Alexander the Great via decision here today. Number 20 in the division is Hernandez. Maybe a little bit of a bump there. And he wants to fight Jalen Turner. Cody Stamann taking on Chris Gutierrez at the bantamweight division. Both these guys, pretty good fighters. Cody Stamann had that one fight where he lost his father and was able to win the fight anyways. Pretty good heart shown there. Love it. On a nice little 2-fight winning streak. Love it. And El Guapo Chris Gutierrez coming off that loss to Pedro Munhoz earlier this year. And it is El Guapo getting the victory here today, the 20th of his career. Joaquin Buckley, who has probably the coolest knockout you'll ever see in the co-main event against Mahmoud Muradov in the middleweight division. Muradov coming off a 2-fight losing streak. On the other side, you got Joaquin Buckley, 3-fight losing streak. How about that? That's your co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. And it is Joaquin Buckley with a TKO victory over Muradov here today. And the man's going viral once again, and he wants Alis Kisriev. He would die in that fight. And now we have our main event of the evening, what everyone in Chicago came for. A couple Brazilians going at it. They're going to be scrapping. Deivison Figuereido, an inch shorter than Pedro Munhoz as they go at it here today. You can see Pedro Munhoz ranked at number 7, has that win over Chris Gutierrez. And on the other side, Deivison Figueiredo, 4 fights in a row against Brandon Moreno, the first fighter that he's fought that's different since November of 2020. So it's been a long time since he's fought anyone other than Brandon Moreno. I wonder if he's even going to know how to fight anyone other than Brandon Moreno. It's our main event of the evening. Let's go ahead and get it popping. 4-punch combo lands for Figgy. Uh-oh. Oh man, that fight was nearly over. You guys saw that. Good right hand lands from Figgy. Kick to the leg. Figgy scores with a great right hook. Shoulders hunch. Deivison is on the prowl. Right cross lands for Figgy. Halfway through round number 1, misses a right hook. Right hook lands for Figgy. Nice right hook lands for Munhoz. Both fighters stepping in. Wicked right uppercut. Shot rocked him. Figuereido is going after him. He's getting destroyed, and Jason Hergog steps in. 4 minutes and 2 seconds into round number 1. Your winner by TKO is Deivison Figuereido. A great showing in his bantamweight debut, beating number 7 in the division. Commercial rating absolutely terrible. This show probably lost us. It did not lose us popularity. However, the TV stations are going to be pissed off. But a great showing for Deivison Figuereido here today. Let's go ahead and give Maverick and Murphy the fight of the night. Love that. Figueiredo getting a performance bonus along with Joaquin Buckley, making the rich a little bit richer. Lose some money on that fight card. Felipe Lins, of all people, is the highest paid fighter, interestingly enough. Got a couple guys on the Bellator show that we are looking at, it looks like. More than likely, Rafion Stotts, Usman Nurmagomedov, and Cyborg. I probably just named all 3. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. Deivison Figueiredo getting a big win here. Next time I see you guys, it will be for the trilogy, the one that everyone wants to see. It is Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. I'll see you guys there for it. I'm AZPlow21. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the fights.